Now, after 15 years, Christopher Eccleston is set to reprise his role in Doctor Who in a brand new audio series. Alongside that, though, he's also supporting a new campaign this Christmas in support of the homeless. There he is. And he joins me now. Where are you, love? You're in your car.
I'm in a car park in Acton.
Why are you in a car park?
Well, I'm on my way to work, and we had to do this hook-up, and it wasn't going to happen unless I parked, so I'm in a car park.
Fantastic. Thank you for doing that for us. I really appreciate it. I really do. Now, look, the big issue, obviously we've all got our guy or girl that we see all the time, and I've not seen mine for a while because of the, because of what's been going on, and I'm a bit worried about him. So what can we do to help all of those big issue sailors?
You can locate your vendor on the Big Issue website and have some contact with them that way. Right. And what I've done is everybody in my family this year is getting a year's subscription to Big Issue, because we've had 2 lockdowns, and now of course things have changed again yesterday. So vendors are not able to get out on the streets. So apart from not making their money, they can't have that social interaction, which is almost as important. So Big Issue was launched a Christmas appeal. They've asked me to be an ambassador for it, and we're appealing to people, and we know people are being bombarded with this kind of thing, to make a subscription or find their vendor via the website. Right,
that's a brilliant idea. It really is, because it's all as well, Christopher, it's about dignity, isn't it? It's about, it's about earning that money, earning that respect, and as you say, the social interaction and all of that. What an amazing idea. And as well as that's a really good magazine as well. So, everybody wins. It's such a good idea. And as you say, all the charities right now are really struggling, so we've got to do what we can to help.
Yeah, and what people ask me often how my experience of the lockdown was, and my experience of the lockdown was, it drove home to me quite how privileged I am. I've got a front and back garden, I've got a house, I've got money in the bank. I went out running on Hampstead Heath every day, and it drove home to me the extent of my privilege. Whereas what we're going to see, not immediately, but in a year or two, the effects of this pandemic, and the homeless are going to be the hardest hit. And we're going to see increasing numbers of people pushed out onto the street. So the Big Issue becomes an even bigger issue.
No, it really does. You're absolutely right. And, I've always said, when you see somebody on the streets, you don't know how they got there. You don't know their story. No. It could be you, really. Yeah. It really could. Yeah. You're absolutely right about the whole privilege thing. Yeah. I feel incredibly lucky that I've still been able to come into work. It's kept me sane, and that I'm able to do that. And you're the same, and because of the jobs that we do,
that's right.
We're okay, but other people are really struggling.
That's true, and I think if you're living as a homeless person, you're in and out of a living arrangement. The standing on the corner, dignity, the self-support by selling Big Issue has been taken away, and it's been taken away again yesterday, for instance, in London, because we're now in Tier 3. So all this has to be considered now for the homeless.
No, absolutely.
And people are unable to pay their rent. Everybody's had a very difficult year financially, and so the Big Issue is going to become more and more important as a magazine and as a concern for us all in the UK.
And as you said, you're still able to work. You're doing lots and lots of different things. We saw you in the A Word, which is a terrific series. Again, the thing that I love about the A Word is it actually brings a lot of information about things like autism. We can see, it's a very inclusive cast, but it's not. But it's because of the story. That's the thing. It's got a great story, and because of that story, you're learning. You don't realise you are. You're watching a brilliant drama, but at the same time, you're learning so much.
Pete Bowker was insistent that we didn't soapbox to people about autism. That what happens with people who have somebody on the spectrum within the family is life goes on, and laughter goes on. So I think the show has worked because it celebrated the positive aspects of all those issues. And we were fortunate that the 3rd series went out in lockdown, and because there's such a focus on family in that show, and that the fact that my character keeps everybody hostage, it seemed to work.
Yeah. Oh no, it did very much so. And we're about to see you reprise a role that I think you were such a good Doctor Who. You're going to do it again, but in audio version.
That's why I'm in a car park in Acton.
Because you're on your way to do that.
With Sans TARDIS. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to do the second day of recording of the audio adventures of the Ninth Doctor for a company called Big Finish, and it's written by an excellent writer called Nicholas Briggs, who is also the voice of the Daleks.
Ah, interesting. Do you know what, though, Christopher? You know the way that Doctor Who, and you can do anything with Doctor Who, and he always regenerates. He's never gone back, and I don't want to say degenerates, because that sounds bad, but he's never gone back. But he could, or she could, he or she, because obviously it's a girl. But
well, it's Jodie.
Yeah, you can go back to you. You could pop up. Yeah. I mean, things could happen.
Well, that's what I'm doing at the moment in audio form.
Yeah.
And I know what you're getting at, Lorraine, but only when hell freezes over, as the Eagles once said. Oh, God, I've just lost you.
Oh, it's okay,
Lorraine,
it's okay. It's all right, darling. I can still see you and I can still hear you. But look, it's gone all funny, hasn't it? It's gone all weird. That's what happens with Zoom calls. That's what it'll be like all over Christmas when we're all phoning people that we love and Zooming them and WhatsApping them. Thank you so much for joining us from that car park. We really appreciate it. I know you got held up in traffic, and for you to stop on your way to work and enjoy. And thank you to Christopher. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Thank you, darling. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
See, it happens all the time, doesn't it? Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.